Welcome to the FOMO show about TV and home theater news. This week's headline begins with Samsung Electronics in crisis. No! This is going to be so fun, deconstructing what comes next. Samsung fans, this issue runs into the core of how Samsung Electronics operate, and it has already affected consumer TV buying choices. Specifically, Samsung is going after the low-hanging fruit. Is this an opportunity for LG, Sony, and Panasonic to step up? Or will they also follow in Samsung's footsteps? Today's video is brought to you by WhoKeys. Trying to build a PC on a budget but don't know where to buy your Windows software cheaply? WhoKeys to the rescue. Use my coupon code SF20 and immediate discount with a free upgrade to Windows 11.
At the bottom of this order where it says code card, to the right is the product key you need to activate Windows. So copy this long number, then go to the Windows menu and click on Settings. In the Settings menu at the bottom, select Update and Security. Select Activation, then select Change Product Key, paste what you copied from WhoKeys, click Next, click Activate, and you're done.
You can buy Windows 11 Pro or Office 2019 Pro with my discount code SF20. Yes, I've been using WhoKeys for the last several years on my own PC builds, and it just works. Starting with this article from Business Korea. An expose about the inner workings of Samsung Electronics. Specifically, Samsung Electronics in crisis. Former and current employees speak out. So Samsung employees at Samsung Electronics, their chip-making division, are complaining and complaining loudly. Specifically, they're not happy that the leadership is more focused on near-term profits. Surprise, surprise, right? Aren't all executives focused on near-term profits and not investing in innovation and long-term goals? And when we say long-term goals, we're talking about the hard R&D it takes today and then years later will bear fruit. What they're saying is Samsung Electronics chip-making division is not doing that, or rather no longer doing that. And more specifically, there's disdain between management and the engineers, right? Engineers have suggestions, they have questions. Management's like, yeah, whatever, you know-nothing plebeians, right? And so the morale is very low. And of course, as a result, chip making at Samsung is a huge disappointment, falling behind the competition. Now, here's the issue, right? Let's just wrap this into how it affects the TV industry, or specifically Samsung TVs. And it's already been affecting Samsung TV production. Yes, I know this is about Samsung chip making division, but it's already affected the TV manufacturing division, and this is how. Here's something to think about. Samsung TVs, let's say beginning with a Q9FN, Q8FN, and then the Q90R, they were the leaders in LCD TV, full array local dimming zone technology, right? They were the best at contrast, controlling blooming, and their only weakness was that specular highlight. They had to pull that down just a little bit to get those black levels. Well, the QN90A from 2-3 years ago, the first introduction of the Mini LED, got even better. Better contrast, great black level and blooming control, but the specular highlights were still slightly dimmer than OLED. Well, actually a lot dimmer than OLED. And so we figured, you know what, over time, they will improve that. They never did. The Q90A, nope. Q90B, nope. Q90C, nope. And this year's QN90D, no. But who has been improving specular highlights while improving black levels? TCL and Hisense. And this year, the Sony Bravia 9 did so as well, because Samsung's like, well, you know what? We've done our job. It's good enough. And it is. They've been the global leader in advanced LCD TV sales forever, until this year. I think TCL has caught up to them, but that we will talk about shortly. That's going to be very relevant soon. So, one, we're seeing that the TVs are not necessarily improving in terms of image quality. Number two, they no longer care about improving this backlight technology system anyway. They've stripped and phased out the entire team responsible for Mini LED backlight. Gone, right? They've moved that engineering team over to the chip making team, and the Mini LED backlight team, gone, right? Anything related to LED TVs and signage and all of that, gone. Unnecessary, because they're seeing the writing on the wall. What's the point of improving backlight systems when consumers don't care. And the we're talking minute improvement, doesn't drive sales. As an example, this year, the Bravia 9 and the Samsung QN95D at the shootout, essentially they were tied. And the Bravia 9, I know, I've seen it, had slightly better specular highlights, but overall the TVs were so close. Color accuracy, color saturation, peak brightness, all of that, so close. Yes, I love specular highlights, right? But that was not graded. Everything else was, and everything else that was important to the TV calibrators and the judges and so forth, Q95D and Bravia 9 might as well be the same TV. And what did the Bravia 9 have? Best in class, 22-bit, mini LED backlight, cost them a lot of money. But so what? And that's the point. Samsung's like, wait, let's just stop any further R&D into backlight technology. Let's just phase this out and we will continue with something else. The future is AI chip making, right? The future is not advanced TV technology. But you say, if they don't make better TVs, advanced technology TVs, how will they face the TCL threat? Well, this is how they do it. Samsung rumored to launch larger than 100-inch TVs after losing lead to TCL. That, my friend, is the low-hanging fruit. What have I said before, right? Nothing is cheaper than adding more pixels to a TV to show an improvement. In this case, instead of higher pixel density, like going 8K, which did not work out for them, they're going to go larger. More pixels on a larger TV, not 90 inches, not 98 inches. We're talking over 100 inches. That is the future of Samsung's, let's not call it innovation, Samsung's pivot. They're pivoting from hardcore TV development, right? Best in class blooming control, best in class this and that, and straight up, everything is good to go. Let's not improve anything anymore. It's good enough. Let's just make it larger. I know. You're saying, well, FOMO, this is a hypothetical, right? This is not going to work out for them. Selling larger, older technology TVs, is that what consumers want? Is this going to work? Well, they've already done it, and it is working. Samsung Electronics reports 15% surge in ultra-large TV sales. My friends, the experiment already started. It's worked. There's no going back. This is the new Samsung. This explains why they've abandoned making their TVs any better than it already is. 98-inch TVs is the future. I mean, look at it. The 98-inch DU9000 is $1,875, $1,875 for offer members, AAA members, right? You got to be a member of EDU, military, government, whatever. But that's the best price. It's an amazing price. And look what else is there. If your budget, let's say you're the consumer, right? Your budget is just under $2,000. Yes, you can get a better looking TV with more HDR impact and performance for a similar price, but must accept a step down in size to 85 inches. For a little less, the QN85D will be brighter and punchier with better contrast, and for a little bit more, the QN90D is brighter still, slightly, with even better blooming control, but they're not 98 inches. So as you can see, all under 2,000, and you have the 98-inch, which clearly has the worst image quality of the group. But as a consumer, what is the decision tree that you guys go through, right? Are you saying, hey, I want a new TV. I have a huge room. I want the largest TV I can afford. So in your mind, you're thinking large TV. You're thinking 98-inch TV because everybody wants a super large TV. And you look at your budget and it's $2,000. Oh, okay, I'll get the DU9000. It's in my budget. You don't say, I'm looking forward to this large 98-inch TV to fit into my room. And then you drop down to a 75-inch TV or a 77-inch TV when this 98-inch TV is available. Now, viewers, my viewers, I know, oh, the best is QD-OLED, the best, right? OLED is the way to go. That image quality difference is huge. Is it? So let's talk about what consumers really think. Samsung is only one brand. What about a retailer that sells all the brands? What are they doing? That tells you where the consumers are going. And Best Buy is doubling down on XXL TVs. They've completely redesigned their stores to accommodate these large TVs and focusing less on the premium, similarly priced but smaller TVs. That's a problem because that's a reflection of what you, the consumer, are shopping for. Don't believe me? Look at what Walmart has for $1,500, an off-brand 98-inch Roku TV called ON, and it's sold out. Remember how I've been saying all year that this is the golden age for TV buyers, meaning no matter how much money you spend, you're getting an amazing TV for the price, and it starts at $500, right? The TCL QM7, 55-inch. My editor's choice TV is that QM7. It's $500. $500. That is definitely the point of diminishing returns for high-performance HDR TV. What else is 55 inches? The LG B4 mid-tier OLED is around $1,000 at its best discount. But let's say you want the best 55-inch money can buy. That'd be the Sony A95L QD-OLED, 55 inches, $2,500. Now, the question is, $2,500, that's $2,000 more. Side by side, you have a $500 55-inch TV that I love. I think it's amazing image quality. Next to it is a 55-inch, also $2,500. And the consumer's looking at one, then the other, and they're thinking, okay, I have $2,500 to spend, but I'm not seeing that difference. Slightly better. The consumer is going to say, oh, it's slightly better, but it's $2,000 more. Okay, same comparison. $500 55-inch TV next to a $2,500 98-inch TV. 98 inches. That's what the TCL QM7 98-inch TV cost. So you got the QM7 at 55 inches, $500. Then you jump to the 98-inch version of the same TV for $2,500. You see what you're getting. You see the huge improvement in immersion. You will then spend that $2,000 premium. But it's very difficult to jump size, stay the same size, and spend $2,000 more when the point of diminishing returns already started at $500. That means it may be at best a 5% image quality improvement if such a thing can be quantified, but forget TVs. Let's look at something you all have seen happen this year, the iPad Pro. Dual tandem OLED, right? Amazing OLED technology. Everyone's loving it. No one's buying it. Well, not enough people are buying it. Sales have dropped significantly of the iPad Pro with amazing tandem OLED because part of the reason is it's so expensive, and part of that expense is the tandem OLED display. And we're asking ourselves, if you put it next to a normal iPad Pro, let's say, without the tandem OLED, would that make a huge difference? Is it worth that 20, 25, 50% premium having that tandem OLED? No, it does not, because the current non-tandem OLED display is quite good. Not tandem OLED level, but you know what? It's quite good. And that's the diminishing returns problem. So let's go back to TVs. This takes me to OLED. Now, I know Samsung in crisis, but I think OLED TV also in crisis because look at the general trend. This is a great article from Display Daily. Basically, the article points out that the premium for a better OLED cannot be justified by the slight performance gain because the price premium is so high. So let me ask you this, because we're TV fans, right? If you were to go from LG's WOLED TV, a classic, the LG B4, right? It's their mid-tier, just below the C4, and let's say it's $1,000 for a 55-inch, okay? Would you pay $10,000 for a 55-inch QD OLED? Of course not. It doesn't make any sense. Would you pay $5,000 when you can get the B4 for $1,000? No, right? So keep on dropping that price. At what point does the improvement of QD OLED over regular WOLED hit hard? And of course, it comes when you notice the difference. But if everything you're watching does not show you a difference, streaming YouTube, other than Jennifer Gallup, it's streaming normal YouTube stuff, Netflix and the like. If the B4 and QD OLED looks this much similar, then you'd pay this much price difference, right? But that's between a mid-tier OLED and a flagship OLED panel, right? What about a $500 mid-tier mini LED like the QM7 and the $999 mid-tier OLED B4? Is it worth twice as much? No, that's why my QM7 is the editor's choice. It looks phenomenal. Yes, I know off angle, the B4 looks way better, right? And the mini LED TVs, generally their weakness is off angle, but most consumers, they're not going to shop off angle. They're on angle. They look at the TV. Oh, wow, the QM7 is amazing. $500 and it's brighter. And then the B4 next to it, yeah, maybe slightly better, but twice as much. And thus we have the problem. The QM7 is so good for $500 that this drives consumers to go larger. I mean, at $999, you can get a 75-inch QM7 instead, right? That's 2 sizes larger than what they have with a 55-inch OLED. And so this goes back to what we talked about generally. Samsung in crisis has resulted in a pivot where Samsung is focused on selling larger TVs, and it worked, and they're selling more of them. And they're like, wait, when consumers have 2,000 or 2,500, they're not buying a better TV at the same size. They're buying a larger TV that may be slightly worse because size is indeed more immersive, and that impacts you harder than slightly brighter or slightly better contrast, right? And forget phosphorescent blue OLED TVs. I don't think it's happening ever. Ever done. I'm calling it phosphorescent blue OLED smartphones. Okay, I see it. More efficient, longer battery life. Consumer will want that. But on a TV, slightly brighter, does it make QD-OLED any better than Mini LED? No, it makes it more expensive. Let's not go there. So Samsung Display, please focus on larger and cheaper QD-OLED TVs. I don't need blue phosphorescent OLED if I can get an 83, 85-inch QD-OLED exactly the same or larger for less. So the question for you is, are we done with TV innovation? I'm not talking about AI, predictive innovations where, oh, you like watching this show? How about this show? We're talking 100% pure image quality. Are TV makers done with that? And all that's left is to make things bigger and cheaper? Let me know in the comments below because I see it, Samsung sees it, Best Buy sees it, Walmart sees it. Do you see it? Until next time, stop the FOMO.